Hello everybody, welcome back. It's now the time for January's reading for 2014. Now remember, this is a general reading, so some of the materials that come up may not have relevance for you. But for more personalized and more specific reading, contact me at the number of the email address below and we can see about setting up a reading for you. Otherwise, this will be the first reading for the year of 2014, and you should also check the video that I've done for the year itself, which is separate. So this is just for the month. So let's see what the month of January of the calendar year holds for everybody. So let's get the ancestors in. Alright, so for anything that falls off the reading surface is not considered part of the reading, for those of you who are just joining us. Alright, so for this next month, we got rather what I would almost call a triangle, a chevron. If the matters of home, family, and work are all bunched together, they're all coming together at this point. And not only is there sort of a divergence going on, but what I see here is that matters of work and matters of family are being shunted away, or at least angling the energy away from the home. And home is pretty much going to be your pillar, your balancing point. It's going to be very key about setting what is home. Now, as I believe I said in the last video, is that there's going to be matters about home are going to be coming up in this next year. Things about shifting. It wouldn't start taking effect more in this month. And so now it is going to start taking much more of effect because it is the central pivoting point. But everything else is angling energy, a lot of the negative energy, a lot of the major thrust away from it so that it can be the balancing point. What's key also is that in this concept of home, it's not just about where you physically reside. It's also where else do you feel at home? Do you feel at home at work? Do you feel at home at school? Is there a gathering place, such as a church or some sort of activity, say a motor club that you're part of? Do you feel at home there? These are all places you need to evaluate whether you feel a certain degree of home is present, and if so, you want to continue to structure and support it, which is also shown by the other support bones that's around it, but it's also keeping you aware that whether it's not a place you should be. So the question of, is this place home, is this place comfortable, is key, and to providing you with balance. So not just the physical location, but along the physical location you also want to make sure that where you are is far enough, it's got a good distance from work, got a good distance from any other amenities that you need, any distance from family. Again, elements of support. And then this also bridges into the elements of work and family. So that goes on our aspect of as this close enough to family, especially as many of us are getting old, having older parents. Some of us are now needing to be more present in their lives, even though we've kept a certain distance. Vice versa, if you've got a new family and you've got children, you want to basically be in a position where you can help support your kids, such as getting them to their daycare, getting them to their school, getting them to the after-school activities that are key for them. So providing that support and structure, because there's much more of a build-up, especially with some of the other support bones around family. So supporting family is about also keeping home balanced. Now as for the work, that one is leading outward and also coming across another rib support bone, but it's also very much near this one, which is the bone that's at the top of the spine, but also very much similar to me, also which we find in the pelvis, and that it's about opening up, about ends and beginnings, and the structure and support that's there. So there may be some elements of ending going on at work. You may be moving to a new position, you may be getting a new boss, one of your coworkers who you support, who has been a support to you, or you've been a support to them, might be moving on. And you need to find the new balance with those changes. And you will find that support, but it's all about endings and beginnings. Something is changing. Something will be changing at work. Who knows, you may even be starting a new product line that you may be the person heading up, or at least in that division that's handling that product. Now, to our outlying bones, and a piece of copper here. What's coming in on these two directions, because the bulk of them are coming again towards the home and the family bone. We've got several of the broken rib bones are here, especially on the family side. So there's going to be some dissent you're going to be dealing with, especially those who may not want to give up their independence, give up their, for lack of a word better, power of attorney, because they've reached a point where they can no longer be in the state to make the decisions that they have been. But just as equally, you've also got children who are now becoming more independent as they get older. So the terrible teens, the tween years, those are coming up. And you're going to be trying to reassess, how do you deal with this person who is wanting more independence? And it's better to find a way to find a middle ground versus trying to go with the because I said so. Because they are moving their way towards being adults. They're towards making their own decisions and their own thinking process. And the better you can help them make better thinking processes, the better they will be. Versus trying to simply always exercise your will. Now, that's what's on the family side. Now, what's coming in on the work side goes on much along the lines of what I was saying before. There's going to be some ends and some beginnings. Either you're changing jobs, boss is going out, new one coming in, coworker leaving, division changing. There's going to be some structure, and there's going to be a little turmoil in trying to figure out where you are, where you sit, and all of that. But you want to be open and flowing. And again, having home in your balance point. So if home is someplace else, then work. Allowing that balance to carry over is going to be very important, so that you'll be able to work through it. Otherwise, the rest of our outlying bones, there's some elements that are coming in that still haven't finished coalescing. But they all, again, center around the elements of family and work. So, right now, find your balance. Find your home, find your balance. That's going to provide you the centering and the place to work from as you deal with the elements of family and the elements of work. So, that's about what the spirits have for us right now. And tune in next month for our reading for February. I also want to let you know about an upcoming event in February called PantheaCon, which will be happening in San Jose at the DoubleTree Hotel. It's a convention for the pagan movement, or at least spiritual movement, whichever one you want to put it at. And it happens every year during President's Day weekend and also around Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be attending, and I won't be presenting, but I will be working with some of the groups there. So come out and see us and have a good time. This is Uncle Destiny, and I'll see you next month, and may the ancestors be with you. Ashe.